Section 7.1, example 10, finding the break-even point and the profit function using substitution. Given the cost function, C of x is equal to 0.85x plus 35,000, and the revenue function, R of x, is equal to 1.55x. Find the break-even point and the profit function. So remember, functions could be in the form of y equals then your function. So for the sake of what we've been learning, let's go ahead and write it like that. So here we have cost is equal to 0.85x plus that 35,000, and revenue is equal to 1.55x. This is our current system. Let's make it a little bit better to make it look like something that we've been working with. Y is equal to, and then our function of equation 1, so 0.85x plus that 35,000 is equal to 1.55x, and that's it there. So super simple. Both of these are equal to our y components, so we could just set these equal to each other to see what we end up with. So we have our equation 1, we have our equation 2. So let's start with equation 1. 0.85x plus 35,000 is equal to our equation 2, 1.55x. It's our equation 2. And let's get rid of these little parts. Okay. And we just solve for x. I'd say move this over. I like working with a variable on the left side, so we're going to subtract 0.85x from both sides. 0.85x. And let's switch the sides. And let's do a little bit of math here too. So 1.55 minus 0.85, 0.7. So we have 0.7x is equal to 35,000. And I'm going to do a little something just to make the math a little bit easier. I'm going to multiply both sides by 10, just because I know that 35 does go into, 7 goes into 35 a couple of times. And it's going to be easier to divide by 7 rather than dividing by 0.7. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And divide both sides by 7. We end up with x is equal to 50,000. And again, if you don't believe me, we could plug it into a calculator. Hopefully it's correct. So far we have our x component of our solution. We just need the y component. We could plug it in. Oh, we could plug it in here, but there's a little bit more math involved. We could just plug it in here to figure out what that solution is. So we have y is equal to 1.55x. We just found out that x was 50,000. So y is equal to 1.55 times 50,000. Y is equal to 1.55 times 50, 1, 2, 3. 77,500. 77,500. So now lastly, we have our x component, that 50,000, our y component, 77,500. And let's read because this is a real world example, let's read what these values mean. So given the cost function and the revenue function, find the break-even point and the profit. So it looks like X is our break even and our profit ends up being the other value. So our sentence here is going to be our break even point is 50,000. Our profit is 77,500. And this part ends up being our solution. And there we go. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, bye.